Hey, do you want to keep playing boring blues licks, or do you want to make a head spin at your next jam session with a lick like this? Hey there, guitar fanatics. I hope your answer is you want to learn a wicked cool blues lick today and you're still with me. You know, while it's really important to honor tradition and always bring your blues playing back down home, sometimes it's really fun to reach out a little bit and explore within the context of a blues solo. A great way to make your blues licks sound more exciting is to incorporate some sounds from the diminished scale, specifically today the half-whole diminished scale. So in this lesson, we're going to do just that. If you would be so kind, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and let's get to work. In the intro example, I'm playing over a backing track in B flat and basically play two diminished seventh arpeggios in conjunction with a B flat minor blues scale lick to spice things up. Now, the half-whole diminished scale is an 8-note symmetrical scale, and it's built exactly as the name would imply. We start on the root, which in this case is B flat. We move up a half step to the flat second, or we might call it the flat 9 when we move up an octave. From there, we're going to move up a whole step. We're going to be at D flat. And D flat is either the minor third or the sharp 9, whichever way you want to think about it. From there, we've got D, which is our major third. Then we go to E, which is the flat 5. We go to F, which is the 5th. Then we go to G, which is our 6th. And then we're going to go to A flat, which is our flat 7. And then we're back to our B flat. Put that together, sounds like this. So if we play that over our B flat 7 dominant 7 chord, we're going to get some what we call outside sounds from the flat 9 and the plus 9. But we're also going to get some traditional bluesy sounds because we've got the flat 5 and the 5. We've got the flat 3 and our major third. So, and we've also got the flat 7, and all those notes are right out of the blues scale. So utilizing this scale over a dominant 7 has this really great push-pull thing of outside and inside. We've got some notes that sound a little bit weird, a little bit off, and then we've got some notes that sound very familiar. In this lick, I use some shapes that are right out of the shredder guitarist playbook, but we're going to use them a little more creatively than you usually hear them used. We're going to make one little change that, to my ears, changes the tonality entirely. So the first arpeggio that we're going to play, it's made up of the notes E, D flat, B flat, G, and those are played on the top 3 strings. And we drop down and play another E as we get into the arpeggio. Now what we're going to do to increase the coolness factor is when we play that first E, rather than just running down the arpeggio, we're going to hit that E, slide up to F, and then slide back to E, and then we're going to descend through the arpeggio. So we've got... So we're increasing what I call the greasiness of the lick by incorporating some slides and some pull-offs in conjunction with a little bit of sweep picking. So to go through the lick slowly, we're going to play the E, slide to F, and then back to E. We're going to pull off to D flat, and then I'm going to do a little upward sweep pick to play the B flat and the G on the B and G strings respectively. Then I'm going to go back up, I'm going to hit the D flat at the 9th fret of the high E with a downstroke, and then I'm going to use another upward sweep picking motion to hit the B flat and the G again. So altogether we've got... After we play that G note, we're going to pull off to the E at the 9th fret of the G string. And we're going to immediately slide down to the 6th fret, and that's our D flat. and then we're going to hammer on to the E at the 9th fret of the G string. So all together. For the sake of phrasing, I think it's super important that we play those three notes, the E, D flat, and E again, without picking them to, again, increase that greasiness factor of the lick. This makes it sound a little more soulful to my ears. So the next part of the lick, we're going to continue upward. We're going to have a sweep picking motion of the G note at the 8th fret of the B string, the B flat at the 6th fret of the E string. Then we're going to slur together 4 notes. We're going to hit the D flat at the 9th fret of the E string, slide to D and back to D flat, and then pull off to B flat. So that part of the lick is... And then we're going to end the diminished arpeggio parts of the lick by playing the G and the E on the B and G strings with an upward sweeping motion. So if we put those 2 arpeggios together, we're going to play through it slowly. We've got this. So I think what makes this part of the lick sound so cool is that in the first arpeggio inversion, we've got the flat 3, we've got the flat 5, and the 5th, along with the root. Drop down to the second arpeggio inversion, we've got the root again, we've got the minor 3rd, up to the major 3rd, but we've also got that flat 5 again. Now the flat 3rd to the major 3rd, that's something we hear all the time in blues, but adding that flat 5 in there makes it sound really dark. Plus, we've got a little bit of sweep picking and we've got all that sliding around in conjunction with some hammer-ons and pull-offs. So this lick just has a ton of character along with those outside sounds. Now from there, we just play the blues. We're going to keep that greasy sound going by playing 4 descending notes of the B flat minor blues scale. I'm going to play B flat, A flat, F, and E flat. That's the 4th. We're going to slide up to that flat 5 and back. Then we're going to play D flat and then B. So far we've got then we're going to play E flat and B again, followed by our minor 3rd, major 3rd, so it's D flat and D on the G string, and then back to our root, B flat on the D string at the 8th fret, then to our flat 7. Put the whole lick together to that point, and we've got we're going to finish things off with 4 descending chromatic notes. We've got F, E, E flat, and then A. The whole lick slowly. So let's put this whole thing together. We've got our first arpeggio. We're going to slide down to our second arpeggio. Then we're going to play blues. So what's also very useful about this licked concept, which is playing a diminished arpeggio into a blues lick, is that you don't have to play the whole thing to make it sound really cool. Matter of fact, we could start off with just that second arpeggio, and finish it up with our lick. Sounds great. Or another fantastic way to practice this and really build up your toolbox of licks is that we can move these arpeggios 3 frets or a minor third up and down the fretboard, and they remain basically a B flat diminished 7 arpeggio. And what I would want you to do to practice and build up your lick toolbox is to play the arpeggios in those different positions and find some sort of bluesy resolution for each one, or even better, multiple bluesy resolutions for each one. For instance, if we start down at the 3rd fret and we play our arpeggio there, it just so happens that B flat major pentatonic, the 5th position, sits right in that position also. So then I could play something out of B flat major to resolve it. We move up to the 6th fret. Well, we've already done that one. We move up to the 9th fret. We've got something bluesy to play there. I move up to the 12th fret. I'm going to do a simple resolution. It all works. And again, you can just experiment and play and have fun with this and really build up that repertoire of great licks. So I hope you got some new ideas here. You know, playing a quick diminished lick over a dominant 7 chord in the blues is a great way to kind of step outside momentarily, and then bringing it home with something really bluesy. It just sounds fantastic. It also tastes great, and it's less filling. As always, thank you for watching, supporting the channel. You guys keep practicing. I'm going to keep making these videos. They're going to help you make sense of soloing. Get out there and kick some butt.